Hello everyone, welcome. So in today's video, I will be looking at the LG A3 OLED TV and comparing it against their other budget model, their B3. And so you just know the differences between these two TVs before you go out to purchase either one of these two. I, for one, have seen this A3 as one of the best value OLED TVs that is available right now from the brand. And most people that cover TV business on YouTube and even on their on the website like publications, they've not really talked much about this A3. If you buy the A3, you have options. You have options like the sizes differ for a lot of people. You have 48 inches, 55 inches, 65 and 77 inches. And the A3 is by far the most affordable OLED line in the latest LG OLED lineup. You also have their C3 model, their G3 model, their M3. They have even their they have even more expensive models. But this A3, a lot of people have overlooked it, maybe because LG hasn't really pushed it that much. But look, let's take a look at what you get now. This new model, this new A3 is almost the same as the A2 from last year. So if you really want some upgrade to your regular LED TV, you might have to look at this particular model. Now, the B3, on the other hand, is a slight upgrade to the B2, very, very slight. There isn't much of a difference between this B3 and the B2 from last year. It has a less powerful processor. It's coming with the new Alpha 7 Gen 6, which is less than the C series. In fact, if you also look at the A3, it still has a smaller processor as well. You just cannot compare. You just cannot compare between these two models with the more flagship model. So it's something you just have to know before you go out there to purchase any one of these two TVs. They are definitely not on the level of the much more premium models in this line. And another thing again is that you will have less brightness compared to like a C3 or a G3 that is using the MLA technology. But this new model, especially the B3, will have if you get the B3, you will have HDMI 2.1. You will have HDMI 2.1 for HDMI 2.1. But the problem is that if you step down to the A3, you will only have HDMI 2.0. That's all you get, the HDMI 2.0. And I think a lot of people might not like that, to be honest. People want latest HDMI 2.1, but that is what is available at the moment for consumers to consider. Another thing again is that the A3 has the same Alpha 7 Gen 6 as well as the processor that is coming with. The major difference between the A3 and the B3 is the fact that it does not, at least the A3 does not support 4K 120 hertz gaming. The B3 at least supports 4K 120 hertz gaming with Dolby Vision content. So if you are a gamer, you will obviously have to step to the B3 because that's the best value, the best model you can purchase. In fact, it literally makes no sense for you to buy the A3. But generally, if you're someone that just wants to watch your football games, your regular TV shows, and even movies, you easily will go for the A3 because the picture quality on both TVs are literally the same. It's just literally the same. There is no advanced technology that you're finding on the B3 over the A3. And the A3 also comes with a stand, a decent stand for the TV. It's not as sturdy as the B3 stand, but the stand is decent nonetheless. But there are other things it's lacking. For instance, there is no You are not going to have the latest Wi-Fi connectivity. But granted, the B3 doesn't even have the latest Wi-Fi connectivity. You're going to get Wi-Fi 5 on both TVs. You'll have Bluetooth 5.0 on both TVs. You have two USB ports on the A3. You will only have three USB ports on the B3. So the B3 definitely comes with more connectivity, if I'm being honest here. And as for number of HDMIs you get on the A3, you're only going to get 3 HDMI 2.0 connection, while you get 4 HDMI 2.1 connection on the B3. So the B3 definitely is a slightly better TV. Nobody's going to compare these two and say, okay, the B3 is not a better TV overall. The features even is there for you to see. The only thing that I'm looking at is will you be able to justify the extra expense you are going to spend on just the TV, because the picture quality on both are almost on the same level. Basically, you will have filmmaker mode on both TVs, so there is no lack in that department. There's filmmaker mode on both TVs. You have decent speakers on both. There is no much of a difference between the speakers that they put into the two TV model. There is Dolby Vision support on the A3. There is HLG support. There is HDR10 support. There is your latest WebOS 23. It has every other support. The only thing it lacks is the only thing it seems to lack is Chromecast, but even the B3 lacks Chromecast. In fact, all the LG OLED, from what I've seen, lack this Chromecast. But look, very, very good model overall. I think it's definitely going to be as competitive as you wish it to be. The B3 will will at least will still be affordable compared to other models that are out there. And if you don't need that gaming feature, just get yourself the A3. The A3 is only limited to 60 hertz rather than 120 hertz when you're watching 4K content, and it's not the best for gaming, but at least you have more size options. You can buy it in 48 inches, 55, 65, 77 inches. Yes, you might lack the HDMI 2.1. There is at least auto low latency on the TV, but the B3 at least have variable refresh rate, good, because it's a gaming TV as well. So I'm going to drop details for these two TVs down in the description if you want to have a look at both of them. Subscribe to the channel, like our content. I'll see you guys very much next time.